Andre.
Ryan.
Our long national nightmare is over, baby. Finally, our long national nightmare is over. And no, I'm not talking about sports betting finally becoming legal here in Phoenix, where I am right now. And we'll talk about that briefly here in a second. I am talking about the return of the National Football League, our salvation, our savior, and truly our number one moneymaker.
I mean, that's your words, not the facts, but it is what we love the most, losing money on NFL football. It's the thing.
What are you talking about? We destroy the
enjoy the most. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know.
Okay, fine. Whatever you say, Dre. But do you agree that our long national nightmare is over?
I am feeling amazing today. I cooked up some stats. I've got 5 years of week 1 totals data for you, Ryan. It's just phenomenal. I could not be happier. We've got a little PHNX bets show. We added a whole network that we can use to our advantage to mine spreads, money lines, props all over the country. Are you kidding me? I am hyped, Ryan. Hyped, beyond hyped.
Yes, this is pretty nice. And as you might see around me, like the last couple of days, I've been up against a black wall. You were thinking, like, what is that black wall that Ryan's on?
What is it?
Sitting next to? Well, now you get the payoff. I was in here in Studio B at PHNX, which of course is our new expansion project coming from DNVR to PHNX. We put together this incredible team over here. They launched today. The response has been amazing. It's really, really awesome. And they didn't have anything going on in here. So I figured, why don't I pop in here for bets and pay off this studio a little bit? I don't want to speak to anything other than this Cardinals helmet right here, because everyone knows I'm a huge Cards guy. Don't tell anyone in this office what I said about Bobby Hurley in Arizona State last year. And obviously, the Suns are the Suns. Anyways, I love what you said about having a new group of people to help us mine inefficiencies. What a great thought you have there. But there's an awesome group over here. There's a bet show over here, and those guys are going to do a great job. And I've already been running through my mind, like, we have an awesome advantage on the bet show because it's the only show that we can collaborate with them without really needing a reason to. You're not going to do a Avs Coyotes collab for no reason at all in the middle of the season, but we can collab whenever we want. So
that's right.
I'm excited for you guys to meet Shane and Johnny, who I'm sure will be popping on with us eventually. But Dre,
Shane mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Paul.
Yes,
yeah. So incredible stuff. Incredible stuff.
The juju is great. Shane's mom's a legend around these parts. Legit.
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Not even like the streets are talking type of thing. Like, she's a legit legend. Arizona Sports Hall of Fame. Anyways,
that's double happy birthday, Paul.
Dre, I have one question for you. I'm in the nice set. How did you get secluded off to the side room at DNVR that has the worst internet connection in the whole building?
Right. So for starters, I think people just assumed that you were in this studio all week. I don't think anyone was like, oh, where's Ryan? They were like, oh, yeah, they just assume we have like a ton of random rooms. Instead, it's 2 studios. It's just depending on what corner you pick, we can make it look like a completely different set. How did this happen? I wanted to be close to an audio board so you could hear my voice and how hyped I am beyond crisp.
Fair enough. It is pretty crisp. Yeah. Okay, Dre. Let's just get started because as many people have said all day, our long national nightmare is over.
Yeah.
And we are here on, just 4 hours away from National Football League action.
We're not worthy.
And I think, Dre, there is a serious problem within the public betting right now that I want to talk about here in a second. So let's actually jump into my big 3 because I have a pick that goes against the grain of what just about everyone and their mom is betting on tonight. All I hear, everywhere I turn, everywhere I look, it's Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay. This is merely a fade perception pick for me. I have no real reason why I should believe this, but it's the first game of the NFL season. Weird things always happen in the early weeks, and I just think way too many people think this is going to be a blowout for it to just actually be a blowout. There just has to be something that is going to happen in this game that changes the narrative a little bit. So I'm taking the Cowboys +9, -110. It just, I don't know, Dre. I'm just feeling a vibe.
You think this is like a backdoor cover, or you think it's competitive and you'll be sprinkling a money line here?
Oh, such a great question. It's absolutely
amazing.
a backdoor cover. It's backdoor cover
Yes.
all day long.
Okay.
Something like the Bucs are up 16 late in the game, and they go down there with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. They get it. There's very little resistance from the defense. They punch it in to CeeDee Lamb, who goes over 100 yards on the night, and they cover the spread by 1.
Amazing. Yep. I think we agree. Coach McCarthy and Dak Prescott feel like real backdoor warriors, you know?
I feel like the Sweet Boys are all over Tampa Bay tonight.
We should reach out. Love those.
It's also ring night there. They might be a little overhyped early. I expect the Cowboys to give the ball to Ezekiel Elliott more than they normally do, which I've always felt like was a problem with their offense, just because Dak has the ailments. And I think they're going to end up leaning on him, get Dak in some easy play action scenarios where he can just play pitch and catch, and just try to really like control the clock. And I think it could work for them. Obviously, they're going up against a extremely stout defense, which is why I'm not taking the money line or anything like that. But I think that the game plan they might be forced into is actually advantageous for them.
Yeah, and I do think we will have a raucous home crowd with that ring celebration, in Florida. It'll be a wild one. It'll be interesting to see how that impacts things.
All right, moving on in my big three, we've got CeeDee Lamb. I just love CeeDee Lamb props. Like every game that Dak and CeeDee are going to be on the field together, I'm probably going to be hitting a CeeDee Lamb prop. I think he's the best receiver on this team. Is that a hot take?
Right now, probably in some fantasy circles it'd be, but yeah, based on pure talent, that's slowly but surely becoming more of just a take, not a particularly hot one. Yeah.
Cool. So 61.5 receiving yards. I do expect them to be behind in the game. I do expect them to have to throw the ball, and I do expect them to target CeeDee Lamb. I think he covers this one pretty easily. And that leads me to the other side of this, which is I'll admit this is a little bit of a hedge. But I also think there's a chance that all of these things can hit. And I think, honestly, if the game plan that I envision they're going to have to work with is what they do, I think that that's going to be what ends up happening here. Is there's going to be very little passing when the game is close. And then once it kind of gets out of hand a little bit, like we said, maybe they're down 16 in the fourth quarter. That's when I think you're going to see them have to pass the ball a little bit. I think CD will have like a 30-yard catch early in the game, maybe another 10-yarder later. Then he, in the late fourth quarter, they have to go to him a bunch. He jumps over it. But in the end, I don't think Dak throws for over 300. I really don't think they want to make him throw enough to throw for over 300. If you recall, obviously he's still recovering from the ankle injury. Now he's supposedly fully recovered from that, but this is a big test for him in that regard. And then he also has a shoulder thing that he's dealing with. So there's just no way that offensive coordinator wants to make him drop back a bunch and take a bunch of hits from the pocket. I think it's going to be a lot of rollouts, a lot of, easy stuff that protects him and doesn't force him to do too much.
That's interesting. Yeah, the Cowboys will be one of those teams that we really got to see what version we will get here in 2021. Let's go to my big three. I think we're in line on some of this stuff. Starting with the Cowboys over 20.5. This is I might be sweating this out a little bit, but by the fourth quarter, we'll get this taken care of. We'll get that nice backdoor taken care of right there. There's going to be, there's a lot of talent on this Cowboys offense. They'll figure it out. I do worry with Vita Vea being back and that stout front that they might be able to stifle Zeke a little bit more than maybe you're anticipating, that Dak might have some struggles as you are anticipating, and maybe this misses. But honestly, 20.5 for an offense with this much talent and their starting quarterback back, I think is a really nice bet. Then I'm taping Cowboys over 2.5 first quarter points. Everyone loves a low number, Ryan. And yeah, I can get a field goal from this offense. I think we can get that much, especially as the defense kind of feels out things and maybe save some of their more aggressive stuff for later on. The Cowboys can get at least a field goal on the board. And then I'm taking the over. Been back and forth. The last 5 years, we've seen an increase in week 1 scores all the way from 44.8 points per game in 2016 to 40.4 in 2017, 47.8 in 2018, 48.5 in 2019, and 47.3. Now, Thursday night season opener has typically been a lower scoring game, barring last year's 20-34 game Texans taking on the Chiefs. These are two prolific offenses, and something I am buying, and maybe this is a bit sweet boyish of me, Ryan, but I'm buying into this concept that after a very wacky offseason and having to kind of figure it all out on the field, that Brady and this Bucs offense will be much more well calibrated in year 2, at least at full strength. Father Time could get Tom and be a little banged up later on, not performing at optimal levels. But I think everyone's hyped. Everyone's on the same page. I think the Bucs put up a lot of points. I think the Cowboys put up a decent amount, and we get the over in this one. Boy, what a great start to the NFL season that would be, to hammer that over. It's already moved from 51.5 to 52.
Yeah, that's interesting. Man, I have that college football under week last week in my head a little bit. Just, early season, defense has the advantage. This is something we talk about all the time. So I got to admit, of all your picks, that's the one I'm a little bit hesitant upon, just because I made a bunch of money off of college football unders last week.
Yeah, and the unders have been hot in preseason, but for whatever reason, I'm remembering that in the NFL, what we found is since they eliminated two-a-days, since they eliminated essentially contact in training camp, right, that the trend we've seen is that week 1, in fact, most of September, it's just under city as the defense kind of figures out the timing, everyone being on the same page. Because, on offense, you have a great quarterback and great tight end. It doesn't even matter that everyone else is figuring it out. You can still put up yards, put up points. Defense, all 11 need to be dialed in, or you're always going to have a liability weakness. And we've seen kind of higher scoring games. That's what I remember. We'll see. We'll see. I was watching the PHNX Bets Daily and saw them mention someone hitting an absurd parlay with nothing but unders on this college football slate.
A 14-leg unders parlay that turned $10 into $80,000.
That is wild.
It's so wild that it got Allie to ask me, like, how come you never do that? And I was like, well, because I try to make smart bets. I'm not trying to make 14-leg parlays. If you want me to make 14-leg parlays, I'm happy to do so.
Bro, what's crazy is, remember before the last update of the DraftKings Sportsbook app, we could only have 11 in our bet slip.
Oh my. So no, but you could parlay as much as you want.
You could parlay even more?
Yeah. Oh, wow. I do believe there's like a factor that you can't reach in terms of like 1 for a billion type of stuff. Like, but you could have a 14-game parlay before the update.
And here's what I'm also thinking is how much of the unders hitting in college is last year being a bit of over city, the line adjusting, Now, fans being in, no factor is going to help defensive play in football more than fans being in the stands. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
huge.
Yep. By the way, though, if there's a tackling issue out there tonight, that is going to be advantage to Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, and the other thing is, look, like the Cowboys didn't draft a first round corner. Obviously, Surtain and J.C. Horn got stolen. Then they draft Calvin Johnson at the start of the second round. He's out for the entire year. So they're really weak at corner against this loaded receiving core for the Bucs. So that's the other reason I'm leaning over. But yeah, there's a lot to think about. I'll be this is one of those weeks where we gotta adjust quickly, but also don't steer too far from home. Tricky game to be played.
There's so much to think about that, like, we're being way too serious on this show. People are probably listening to this like, what is this analysis?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's really true.
Quickly, yeah, here, are there anything in the comments that we got to get to? I can't see the comments today. It's making me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, same here.
So I'm so used to being able to see the comments rolling in. I did see this one that when you put it up on the screen, Brady under 1.5 rushing yard. Take it to the bank. Total of 6 yards last year, and 9 came in the same game.
The other thing Brady will do for you is he'll bail out of a sack, give you some negative rushing yardage way. So then you're already behind the 8 ball. Sis, always on top of it. Always a must read in the comments.
Must read. I'm down. Can we get that in our same game parlay that we're going to build later? We'll see. Sean G says, fade the sweet boys. Noted alum of Arizona State, Sean G. So he's got to love the backdrop today, and of course the new coverage here. Do you like the over on Fournette rushing yards? So they don't call him regular season Lenny; they call him playoff Lenny. And unfortunately, it's the first game of the regular season, so I'm going to go no on that.
There you go. I wanted to buy some like Rojo receiving yards too. And then the more I looked into it, I'm just staying away from that Bucs backfield.
Okay, cool.
Bucking the backfield, as some would say, Ryan.
What was that?
Bucking the Bucs backfield.
Yes. Well, one thing we're definitely not bucking, one thing we're not staying away from is DraftKings Sportsbook. In fact, we're doing the opposite. Dre, again, I've been here in Phoenix all week, and technically DraftKings didn't go live here until midnight last night. When I tell you I logged on at midnight last night, I absolutely logged on at midnight last night, started placing bets, started, monitoring buyouts, doing all sorts of that kind of thing. And there's free money all over the table.
No. What?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it might be worth it for you to just take a flight down here and get in on some of the action.
Yeah, just land at the airport. Maybe we meet for lunch at the airport. I play some free bets and then head back.
Yeah, I mean, it'll pay for your flight.
It honestly sounds great.
But everyone can get in on Tampa Bay plus 73 tonight, which of course is going to hit.
What a deal.
Very, very easily. I'm kind of hoping like Dallas goes up like 14-0 early in the first quarter and people start sweating that just because it'll be funny, good Twitter content.
Right.
But that's hitting. And then of course that's for all users. For all new users, you can bet $1 to get $200 in free bets at DraftKings Sportsbook right now. And what's the best part about that is they'll give it to you an $25 free bet, so you can sprinkle these things all over. It'll really get you through like the whole weekend, which is going to be a great weekend of not only NFL football but college football. You got to get in on this. You want to get in on this. So check it out. DraftKings Sportsbook. Bet $1, get $200 in free bets. Is an incredible deal, and make sure you use the code DNVR when you sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook. I've heard them say their code so many times today. I almost said it. Use the code DNVR when you sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook.
How dare you.
You can also get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 with that code. So check it out. Of course, you must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. The deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Ryan, yes. You are away from us. And so I think you're forgetting how we properly introduce DraftKings Sportsbook. Maybe they don't know this in Arizona, but there's a certain set of standings that we stick to, Ryan. And you haven't really brought it up since you've been in your stealth room so far.
Yeah, well, what's crazy is, again, since sports betting only became legal here yesterday, I haven't had access to the double-fisted rankings.
The double-fisted rankings, right? Come on. Double guns, baby. Double-fisted rankings, number one. Yes.
Guns up.
Yes.
Guns up.
Guns up. Absolutely.
Anyways, what's our dilemma of the day?
Let's go to the old dilemma of the day. Ryan, you've been teasing it since this became a thing for us. And here it is. We can finally build an SGP, a same game parlay on the NFL in this blessed game that we have tonight at 6:20 our time.
Our long national nightmare is over. We've been waiting.
It's over. We've
been waiting for an NFL SGP for basically our entire lives.
Yes.
Like, even the mythical sports betting sites that may have existed before sports betting became legal in our great state.
Right.
They didn't have SGPs if they were real, of course. We didn't have SGPs last year. So this is maybe like the most awaited moment of my life. Right here as we lead into this SGP that we're about to build. So you guys know the drill. Open up the DraftKings Sportsbook app and smash that switch into same game parlay mode, SGP mode. We are entering a new era in our lives.
Amazing.
As Kyle Donner says, historic. This is a historic moment.
Historic. Mark this down. Mom, I hope you're watching. We're making history right now. Yeah.
We're absolutely making history. And man, do I have a good feeling about this one. So
no doubt.
I just have to say, remember, at DraftKings right now, you get protection on this bet.
Yeah,
so this is the one to go in on because they're going to give you a free bet up to $25 back on this one. Of course, if you bet $25 or more dollars on this SGP. So we got to be tactical here, Dre. I don't think we want to get too crazy, but we got to realize that this is the one, like, if we're ever going to get rich off an SGP, it might be tonight.
We have a molly on this one, and I was dreaming all night of white whales dancing in my head, Ryan.
Really?
No, I don't have dreams because, again, wacky in the head like that. But
you're living a dreamless life.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, let's
Cowboys spread.
Dive into this. Where do you want to start?
I'd start from the very top. Cowboys spread over Bucks money line. Which one of those do you omit? Because they're all in our big three aside from the Bucks money line, but we both agree it's a backdoor deal, so we don't have to be scared.
You're saying like maybe Bucks money line is the safe play here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, in all of my in-brain simulations, I really didn't see very many where the Cowboys won.
There you go. Yeah, some of us have computers, others just genius brains like yours.
Yes. I run through
games
in my head.
Sis, I think you're right. They will be talking about this right along the moon landing for sure.
Well, we could be like doing a moon landing tonight. We could go to the moon.
We could be going to the moon. That's true.
Okay. So we're going Bucks money line. Do you want to go over? I have to ask you, do you honestly trust that the Cowboys are going to score enough points? I mean, I don't know.
They're going over 20, right? We believe that. Everything you said as you previewed this game corroborates that, right?
Yeah.
They'll be down 16 going into the fourth, and they got a garbage time tud, and
I'm going to leave the over off just because
I
don't feel confident in overs.
It is a tricky one, and we're entering a new era with this new season, fans being back. That's okay.
Right.
So
and of
Cowboys,
course, the new era of SGPs.
Exactly. Cowboys spread and Bucks money line then. A nice little middle here.
We're not middling this on our $25 SGP.
Okay. Which one are we going with? The Cowboys spread then?
I took Bucks money line. That's my baseline here.
Okay.
I'm laying down a little base layer of red sauce as we create an SGP, a same game pizza.
Right.
So
We've gone with a pizza analogy.
yes, of course. Also known as a super good pizza.
Oh, okay.
So
Whatever.
Tom Brady passing yards.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm looking here at passing props. Do we want to get in on that? Do we want to get in on?
Well, again, I think he'll be dialed, and I think that might be a good one. I think over 299.5 might be the way to go.
So here's my thought on this though. We talked about this last night or yesterday. The magic number for him is about 270 yards per game. He needs that to break the all-time passing yards record against against his former team, the Patriots, in week 4. So I'm convinced he's going to have that number in his head. He knows narratives. He chases numbers. He chases records. I'm going over 274.5. That's the number I'm confident in him clearing.
Okay. It's a real safe man so far, but okay.
So far we're being safe, but
we're just setting the layer. We're just setting the layer.
Exactly. Yeah, okay. All we did just now, we add a little garlic to the sauce.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Then Brady passing touchdowns, or completions, attempts. What interests you here?
I would almost go Dak and play that under on passing yards.
I don't think we can go under.
Yeah, so at the very top, Dak Prescott passing yards, and the columns are divided in over under. We could go under 324 or 299.
I'm down under 299 for Dak.
Okay.
I think it's time to move on.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see if we can get that Tom Brady rushing prop here.
Unfortunately, we can. Zeke rushing yards. How confident do you feel in this one?
I'm a Pac-12 guy, and Vita Vea, when that big boy is in the middle, I have concerns.
Okay, so you don't want to get too aggressive here.
59.5.
That gets us. We're if you add that, we're already at plus 600.
Yeah.
I think we could go even a little less aggressive here.
Okay, 49.5.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the only one I really want to mess with over there. Let's go into receiving props. This is where I feel like we might be able to get this into into baby beluga territory. And I don't know about you, that's kind of my target here.
Yeah, targeting a baby beluga isn't a bad idea.
Also, just general PSA, don't target baby belugas like in real life.
In no way do we condone anything.
We believe in the humane treatment of mice and baby belugas.
Big time. White whales as well. All mammals, some have said. Over 49.5 receiving yards on CD.
Let's go up, a little higher than that.
59.5?
I'm going to say over 69.5.
Ooh.
Nice. And then we're there. Okay, so is there anything you really wanted to get in here? Because I'm not seeing anything that I feel like I need to get in after that.
You know what I'll be paying attention to more, but it's too early for me to get in on now, is kicker props. Those really have me intrigued. I'm trying to see if I can find the Cowboys over 2.5 points in the first quarter.
It's not there, I don't think. Spread in the first quarter. Total points between both teams in the first quarter.
No, I think you're right.
Props. What are those? Sacks. Oh, you can get like total sacks by a team. All right.
Well,
There's just one thing I want to look at. Doesn't mean we have to do it. I just want to see what it does to the line.
See, like Buccaneers sacks made 2+, it already jacks it up to plus 1,500.
That's not that much.
No, but injured offensive line for the Cowboys, and Dak's not the most mobile 2+, right? Vita Van Scheck Barrett alone.
I think the whole game plan is going to surround not getting Dak hit.
Okay. Well, and then Brady's going to bail into a couple sacks. So do we give 1+ just for a sprink? But no, it's probably not worth it. Okay, fine.
I just wanted to look at what happens if you add a CeeDee Lamb touchdown. And if you do that, it takes it from plus 1,200 to plus 4,000. Is it too aggressive for week 1?
It's extremely aggressive. Yeah. Yeah, we're sticking to the plus 1,200. We're sticking to the plus 1,200. Yeah,
plus 1,200.
Yep.
All right, fair enough. I this is why we're here for each other. You know, we gotta. This is what accountability buddies are all about.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Sadly, this is the right call, though. This is the right call, guys.
By the way, we should not only are we going to get a clean free bet if we mess this up, but we're also getting $25 free tonight when the Bucks or actually more than that when the Bucks cover 74.5 or 73.5, whatever it is.
Plus the 25 we put in. For me, it's 50. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be real nice. Oh wow, Ryan! Wow, I can't believe it's here. I cannot believe it's here. Incredible.
I can't either. Is there anything else that was on the slate today?
No, nothing that's relevant. Ryan, USA all the way. Great call by you yesterday. Great call by you.
Corners didn't come through quite as well.
Unreal.
We needed one more. We needed one more corner.
We need to update the record. Since you've been in Phoenix, we've been real bad about that. So I'll get on it. We'll be ready. We'll be ready.
All right, we're going to the moon. We will talk to you guys later. This is a big day as football
Truly
returns, and I just hope everyone soaks it up and enjoys every second the way I plan on doing so.
Absolutely, same here.
All right, Trey's gonna take a nap. We'll talk to you guys later. We're starting off.